Good afternoon, grade 12s. Welcome to our business studies class. Today we are looking at the revision, and for those who are just joining us today, welcome to our 20th lesson. My name is Hector S. Nkosi. Basically, boys and girls, our revision today will be based on the informal test that we wrote last week, Friday. Now, I know we were supposed to mark yesterday, however, some of you were not yet done with their assessment. So I gave you another opportunity to finish off your assessment. So today we'll be looking at the assessment. The assessment that I gave it to you, boys and girls, it was an essay type question. So it is very vital for you, grade 12s, to know how to answer your essay type questions. Now, this assessment that I've tested you on, it's a mostly liked question that they love to ask in most of the questions. So this question, it was asked in Gauteng prelim, basically from 2017. So I want to show you, boys and girls, on how you have to answer this question, basically. So I'm sure you've attempted your assessment, and by now you know how does your assessment looks like, and you've tried by all means to go through it step by step. Now, grade 12s, this assessment, it was set by myself, and it's 1 hour long and it's for 40 marks, right? And remember, each and every assessment or test or task, you must always read your instructions. So for example, here the instructions, they were like to you, read the following instructions carefully and follow them precisely. Answer all questions, work neatly and systematically, use a blue pen only, ensure that your name appears on your test, no pages may be removed from your assessment, and this booklet consists of 4 pages. Now, it is very vital for you, grade 10 and 12, to understand the instructions that are given to you by the examiner, and you must follow them accordingly. Now, your assessment has your name and surname and the date, basically, right? And you were told that this is an essay type question. Normally you get this in your section C of your question paper. And remember that grade 12, this year, it's your first time where you're having your paper 1 and paper 2. So you need to know what falls in paper 1 and also what falls in paper 2. Back then, before, from last year going downwards, there was just 1 paper for business studies, but now we have implemented 2 papers for business studies. Now let's go through this essay type question basically, and as I said to you, it's for 40 marks. It says Smart Cash and Carry Enterprise. So this is the name of the enterprise. It's your Smart Cash and Carry. It says Smart Cash and Carry Enterprise is the business that specializes in selling groceries to local customers. So it is a business and it specializes in selling groceries to your local customers. The customer have stopped buying from this enterprise because of poor quality products and services. So the customers stopped buying from the enterprise because of the poor quality products and services. Let's see. So this is the reason why they stopped. And normally, grade 12s, I like to do the cause and effect with a different color, of which is red, just to show that actually that's where the danger started, basically, because the customer stopped buying from this enterprise because of the poor quality of products and services. Smart Cash and Carry Enterprise Management wants to implement the Total Quality Management, your TQM. And remember, we've covered TQM in class to improve the quality of their products and services. So they want to implement TQM, right? Now, I'm just going to put yellow, right? Okay, actually, I was supposed to put green. Green stands for, you know, when you're in a robot, Once it says green, therefore, you know that you are ready to go. So that's why I use green, because that's what they want to implement. And here I was supposed to use yellow actually for the statement of what they are selling, basically. So here it was supposed to be yellow, the nature of the business on what they are specializing in. So by now you see that actually your yellow, it's the statement. Red, that's where the danger started, basically. And green, we are ready to go. That's the implementation, basically, boys and girls. That's why I use my highlighters, right? I like to use my highlighters. Why? Because it's just a clear indication for me to see what is happening. I love highlighters, guys, but you must know how to highlight. You can't be in an exam and expect to highlight everything, right? You need to highlight specific things. Does it make sense? You need to highlight specific things, things that have a meaning. Does it make sense? Things that make sense to you, basically, boys and girls. Briefly describe the importance of TQM in a business. Okay, now this, you had the statement in this case study, but however, what you are supposed to do now is to discuss this case study. Now, when we discuss this case study, boys and girls, we must make sure that we understand everything. Now, let's see what the examiner is asking from us. The examiner says to you, briefly discuss the importance of TQM in a business, isn't it? Outline the benefits or advantages of quality management system. So you want the importance of TQM in a business, you must outline the benefits or advantages of quality management system. You must evaluate the impact on continuous skills development to total client satisfaction and continuous improvement to systems and processes on small and large businesses. So you must evaluate what? You must evaluate three things, right? The first one, you must do the continuous skills on total client satisfaction, total improvement on systems and processes, right? So basically is, okay, customer satisfaction and your skills development, right? So it's three things: skills development, total client customer satisfaction, and system and processes, basically, on large and small. Now, grade 12s, you are in an exam, basically, and you must make sure that you understand these things. Now, I just want to give you a minute to think about this and to know how you're going to lay out your answer before we start marking. And if you've got any views on how to lay out your answer, please type on the chat box or raise up your hand. I will unmute you accordingly. And your time starts now, grade 12s. All right, grade 12s. I hope you had enough time to think about this. All right. Let me just show you basically on how you are supposed to answer this question. Now, if you look here, grade 12s, I need to show you step by step. So basically, you're supposed to have your intro, right? You're supposed to have your intro about your total quality management system. Now, remember your intro, it's a maximum of 2 bullets because each bullet will have 1 mark. And remember, boys and girls, your intro is out of 2 marks, right? Your intro is out of 2 marks. So please don't waste time on introduction where else you've got 2 marks. So 2 marks, 2 points. Does it make sense? Sometimes if the marker is very lenient, they can give you 2 marks per point if your point is solid and enough, right? So let's read at these introductions. Many small and large businesses are committed to their total quality management system. So in your intro, you must talk about what the examiner asked you in that case study. The examiner told you that the business wants to implement what? Your total quality management. And yes, your total quality management, you have covered it in your syllabus. You know what is meant by total quality management. So you must speak about total quality management. You must say, what is total quality management? What does it do? That's what you need to introduce, or that's what you need to put in your introduction. Also, we know that your total quality management requires employees to produce quality in all aspects of the business, right? So we know that the TQM, what does it do to the employees? Also, business processes must be done the right time, the first time, defects and waste must be eliminated from the business activities. The marketing function is responsible for determining the consumer's needs and translate those needs into business goals and objectives. Any other relevant introduction on TQM and marketing function? So this statement is very important. Why? Because the examiner, the examiner is telling you that any other relevant introduction related to QM and marketing function, it is relevant. Meaning that grade 12s, you don't have to know word by word. You can write anything grade 12s that relates to TQM. And you must give 2 valid points so that you can get your full 2 marks under introduction, boys and girls. Right, we are done with the introduction. You've scored your 2 marks. Now, what you need to do is to look at your what you call your body. Sorry, I don't know what happened to my cursor. Okay, now let's look at the body. Now, with your body, you're going to have few categories, the ones that I highlighted for you, or the ones that you were told in the paper. The importance of TQM, that's number 1 that you're going to include in your body. The benefits or advantages of TQM. Also the impact on small and large businesses. We say the impact on skills development. The examiner also asks you the impact on total client satisfaction. You see how you need to break your stuff. The examiner also asks you the impact on processes and systems. Just waiting for my cursor. Right? And lastly, you must have your conclusion. But we're going to do our conclusion also 2 marks. So Kaizen is say they are easy 4 marks. 2 marks intro, 2 marks conclusion. Easy 4 marks. So you can get 4 out of 40. right? Even if you don't know anything, basically. But I know that no one doesn't know anything. There must be something that we know. Now, can you see the way I've structured is the way I've explained to you in the in your case study? Remember, I said 3 things. Let me re-highlight them so that you can see them, basically, these 3 things. We said, number 1, we said, okay, the importance, that's what you're going to include in your, and that's your number 1. Isn't it? That's your number 1. The importance of TQM, that's what you need to include to your body. The benefits, that's number 2. That's also what you need to include in your body, your benefits. And we were supposed to evaluate the impact of continuous skills development. So this will be your 4th bullet or 4th subheading under your body. Just a second. So it should be the 4th subheading under your body. Can you see how I'm breaking up my statement the way the examiner told me? And this will be your 5th subheading under your intro. And this will be your 6th subheading under your intro. Isn't it, boys and girls? Now, can you see how I've laid out my my essay while I'm still reading? I know that obviously I need intro. Just a second. You need intro, introduction, right? After intro, you need conclusion. Right. Right. Does it make sense? Now, you do have your intro. You do have your intro. This is your body. This must be classified as your body. That's where you get your body, boys and girls. I want to show you how you must analyze this in an exam type question. Right. And you know that under your intro, you need 2 points. Under your conclusion, you also need 2 points. And you see how I've analyzed my question. I've got 2 points for intro, 2 points for conclusion, right? And the rest is the body. While they are telling you it's actually what the body is, basically what your essay entails, basically. That's where the 36 marks is coming from. That's where you must have 36 points amongst each of these. And remember now, bear in mind that your point 4, 5, and 6, you must answer them in another manner because it's more of like a comparison. Because it says evaluate the impact of continuous skills development, total client satisfaction to systems and processes on small and large businesses. Meaning that now, 0.4, 5, and 6, you must be able format because in each category, you're comparing two different types of business. So for skills development, you must say, how does it affect small businesses? How does it affect large businesses? So in these, basically, boys and girls, you were supposed, or you are, not you were, you are supposed to do what? Small and large businesses. You were supposed to do what? You were supposed to do tables to compare, right? So you're going to answer it differently. Still in point forms, but you must make a column for small businesses and a column for large businesses for each separate category. What else? The importance of TQM, you list the bullets. The benefits of TQ, quality management system, you list the bullets, right? And also the skills development, your total client satisfaction, your systems and processes, and your small and large businesses. Now, grade 12s, it is very important to understand and you need to know how to break up such questions. This is how you need to answer this in an exam type situation. It is very important, grade 12s, to understand what you need to do and how you have to do it. So can you see we've spent so much time on an exam technique, and this is helping us basically, boys and girls, on how we need to maneuver our essay. So it's easy to get your 40 marks. It's just easy to get your 40 marks. Remember, at the end of the day, you need this full 40 marks. And remember now that grade 12s, you'll be asked, essay, like it or not. That's a standard that's given, right? And remember that I forgot here that you're supposed to say 2 marks, 2 points, 2 marks. Here, basically, you must have max 36 points. Max 36 points, because the rest of 36 marks is here. And you'll get 36 marks. Right? I just want to show you how you get your 40 marks, right? And here it's another 2 marks for your conclusion. 2 marks, right? So can you see how you would get your 40? Can you see? It's your 2 for intro, 36 for max, and 2 for conclusion. And once you add all of this, you'll get your max of 40 marks. So boys and girls, this is how you get your 40 marks in an exam or essay type question. Please, 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 grade 12s, make sure that you understand this. You know, when you score marks in an essay, you've already passed your business studies paper, right? So you must score the marks on essay. You must know your essays A up to Z, right? And remember now, boys and girls, knowing your essays, it doesn't mean that you have to cram them. You do not have to cram them. But knowing your essays is for you to make sure that actually what you're doing thus far, it's making so much sense. So this is how you answer an essay type question. And this applies to every essay, right? You just need to listen what the examiner is saying to you. Sorry, actually I actually wanted to change the border, because here it looks like, yeah, right? I wanted to change this and show you how this will be thingy. Because now if I've just did 2 borders, it's like 2 different case studies. So I just wanted to make like this. So this is how you answer your essay type question for every question, guys. Listen, first thing first, you must read the case study that the examiner is giving you so that you can have an idea on What are they talking about? Are they talking about forms of ownership? Are they talking about quality management? Are they talking about security investments? Are they talking about stress or crisis, right? So you just need to know. You have to read this case study. Now, grade 12s, I know majority of you just jump the case study and go straight to the statement of what the examiner is asking. I know majority of you are basically asking, go to read the statement or the question what the examiner is asking you. This you must start here. So this is number one. You always have to start here and read this with understanding, know what does it want, and make sure that you understand it fully. You don't miss anything. Then, after reading your case study or your short thing that is being given to you, you then read what is required from you. Then you break out what? You break out all the outlines that are needed from you and plan. So that's where the planning takes place, right? The planning takes place here that, okay, how I'm going to answer this essay. I need to break up this. Okay, the examiner wants the importance of TQM. He or she also wants the benefits of quality management system. Then now the examiner paused here, right? Can you see it's basically three different topics. Then topic number 3, the evaluation has 3 different subtopics, right? So your topic number 1, you're supposed to talk about importance of TQM. Topic number 2, the advantages of total quality management. Topic number 3, 3 subtopics. The first under these 3 subtopics is the impact of continuous in skills and development, in your total client satisfaction or your customer satisfaction, your systems and processes. But however, these 3 subtopics under introduction number 3, you must write them in table form, because in these 3 subtopics, you are differentiating 2 things. Because the examiner asked for what? For small and large businesses. So you must show the column for small and show a column for large business in each subtopic. And this is how you're supposed to answer. Tomorrow, we are going to go deep. I'm going to explain each point one by one on how you need to come up with your points in an exam situation. Thank you so much, boys and girls, for tuning in. That's it for me. And I say to you, have a lovely evening. Goodbye, grade 12s.